welcome back to the studio. My name is Victoria alongside Marnie and Sam, and today we are going to be ranking our top 3 sports movies. I'm going to start with Rudy, and I chose that because it's a lot about never giving up, and that's like a big, I think, theme that we're going to see throughout the different movies that we talk about. But I love how it just talks about never giving up and like always put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's the reason why for my number 3, I said The Karate Kid. He moves to a new town and there's like bullies, and he just keeps pushing on and learning karate.
Yeah, so for number 3, I chose Moneyball. I think Moneyball's a fantastic movie as a fan of a small market team that really doesn't spend money, even though they should. That's a topic for another day. I believe it's a really good reflection of some of the, smaller tactics that like some of the small market teams have to try and do in order to compete against some of the larger funded ones.
I love that movie.
It's amazing.
So my number 2 was The Sandlot, and I chose it because it kind of hits close to home. I grew up in a very small town, and I loved playing like ball at the park and stuff like that, especially when I was younger. And it really hits close to home, seeing like all these different neighbors and all these kids just coming together. Like at first, like he doesn't really know a lot of them, and they just all get together. And by the end, they're like all like best friends. And also, he's really hot. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway.
I said for my number 2 would be The Blind Side. I think it's a really sweet story of a kid that doesn't really have much, and a family picks him up, lifts him up, and tries to make something out of him. And I just think it's super sweet.
Yeah, for my number 2, I chose Rocky. I know we have a lot of Philadelphians here, people that root for Philly teams. And I think, no movie really captures this essence of Philadelphia like Rocky. Like, it's just a town where people get knocked down. They want to come up, though I obviously don't live there. And just everything about that movie, like Mickey Goldmill, inspiring coach. Nobody would know what Eye of the Tiger is if that movie never came out. Like, everything about Rocky, just like perfect hype-up movie. It's amazing.
I agree. I went there for the first time. I took a picture next to the statue and stuff like that. It was really cool. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I love it. So my top 1 is actually The Blind Side. It's always a tearjerker for me. I'm going to be very honest with you. But I actually saw a video the other day of, it was a scene from the movie where they're taking the Christmas photo, and the mom invites Michael back in, and she says, just because I didn't birth you and we're not family doesn't mean anything. You're still a part of this family. And like that literally like always gets me, and it's just so cute. And it, like you said, it just shows that like just because you didn't grow up with them like doesn't mean anything. I'll take you into my wing and we'll work past everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
We kind of flopped because I said for my number 1 would be The Sandlot. I had it on DVD, and I'd always play it on my DVD player when I was little, and I just think it's such a sweet movie. Love the s'more scene. Love s'mores.
Yeah, I tried s'mores because of that movie. I still don't like chocolate, but it's okay. With the little like DVDs, like you would put in under your like TV.
No, like my like DVD player, that like flips up.
Oh
and you put
yeah,
the DVD
I don't know what
right
that
in.
is.
Oh.
I do know what you're talking about. I had one exactly like that. So my personal favorite sports movie. I know that I've brought up, just some classics, Rocky, Moneyball, just dramas, stuff that's more serious. Yeah, let me just buck that entire trend. My favorite sports movie is Dodgeball. Now, let me tell you why. First, it's a comedic masterpiece. Like, every little bit of humor, so many random quotable lines. I say nobody makes me bleed my own blood way too much. Second, just the actors. Vince Vaughn, amazing. Ben Stiller, amazing. Everybody else in that movie, the cameos that you get, just the random ones. Like, they get Chuck freaking Norris. They have Lance Armstrong, great biker. Don't look up what he injected himself with. And then you have David Hasselhoff as the coach of the German team. Like, so many random little Easter eggs being thrown in there. Just, it makes for such a perfect movie. And I know it might be heresy to put it above serious films like Rocky. However, I compare it like Rocky is like going to a fine restaurant, eating a steak, getting a great experience, and you love it, but you're not going to do that every day. Dodgeball is like Taco Bell.
Taco
I
Bell.
love Taco Bell. I love Dodgeball. I could watch Dodgeball all the time. It's one of me and my dad's favorites. Shout out Chris Cucuzzella. Love you, Dad. Dodgeball's the best movie.
Let's head into the street.